Hi everyone, we're back. Another Liverpool game played. Thankfully this one was much better result than the result we won't talk about earlier in the week against Man City. So, I'd like to say...
what, the 4-0 one?
That gets to my heart. So, probably say James, first initial reaction?
To me, it felt like classic Liverpool. It felt like every game towards the start of the season that we watched, and we were constantly texting each other, "Oh, another game, another heart attack." That's exactly what it felt like to me. On paper,
Yes.
on paper, a 2-0 win, but actually, it was a very late win, wasn't it? And there was a. In fact, what time was Mane's goal?
71 minutes.
71 minutes, was it? Yeah, there was a point where it felt like it might just end as a 0-0, which wouldn't have been
certainly
ideal
after that first half.
Yeah.
So, Jake, shall we get an initial reaction from you, and then I think I'd probably like to. I've got a few things to say about the lineup, so I guess we can start there after your initial thoughts.
Yeah. So, obviously, first half wasn't great. It started off pretty slow. I think it was foreshadowing, because I think I saw a start that was like Liverpool had 70% in the first half, and Villa. That's overall though. I think in the first half it was just 70 and 30, and I was impressed with Becker in the first half, to be honest, because he was making a lot more saves, he was a lot more engaged, he was a lot more switched on than he was for the City game the other day. So I was he stood out to me in the first half, so I was glad to see he showed up.
To be fair, Aston Villa only had 3 shots on target, and one of them, I know at least one of them was in the second half anyway.
Right, so
We have got a few saves written down.
They had 9 shots, compared to Liverpool's 6 shots. And overall, it pretty much finished 70% possession Liverpool, 28.5 Aston Villa, which weirdly, so we had 70% basically possession and only 4 shots on target. So that to me says we were failing to create anything really.
Yeah,
You'd expect a lot more chances for 70% possession.
So the changes to the lineup. So as I think in midfield, as I rightly sort of predicted a few days ago, yes.
I did agree with it though.
Hendo was dropped. I thought he could have done with a bit of a break. Along with Genie, Ox came in, Naby lad, into that midfield, and then Origi replaced Firmino up front. Do you think?
Which surprised me.
I mean, yeah, I was surprised by that. I didn't see that one coming. So I guess initial thoughts on. I mean, it was did that seem to work? I mean, granted, the match changed after the midfield changed after the substitutions were made. To be fair, so I don't particularly think it was that exciting. I didn't see much from Ox. I didn't see much from a lot of the midfield, to be honest, from the first half. Origi had a few flashes, but never really did much for me either, to be fair, for most of the game. So
it was pretty slow. I think what happened there was, because it was going quite slow, it probably riled up and motivated the original midfields and Firmino, which is why it probably changed in the second half. At least in my opinion, anyway.
I was pretty disappointed with Ox, to be honest, and also Origi. I don't think either of them really did anything. Really get starting opportunities as well, and didn't appear to do much with it, which is disappointing. I also think it again really strengthens that opinion that I've mentioned a few times, even off the podcast, that I just don't think Origi's good enough anymore for Liverpool. The drop off from the front three to Origi is massive, and it showed there. I mean, this was Aston Villa, second from bottom in the league, and in a relegation battle, and Origi was doing nothing against them for me anyway.
No, he didn't. I thought Origi was given a chance today, along with Keita, and Ox.
Yeah,
and to be fair, overall, I was fairly
Keita as well.
I was disappointed with the three of them. I was expecting lots more. I was expecting a lot more driving runs from Ox and to really look deadly and sort of like taking on those shots. And I can't recall him having a shot, but he might have done at some point.
He had a few cross attempts.
Some poor, actually. I remember one off the top of my head that just went straight out.
Just went straight to the
And I was like, what was that? Do you know what I mean? We meant to be. To be honest though, with Ox, I don't think he's really returned to form since his injury, which I know that was a long time ago, but I feel like I've never really seen. He's always given these little opportunities, and sometimes he has like a little flourish of like, oh, there he is. There's the old Ox, but like, there's been nothing to say that he's back on form or anything. Which is a bit.
No, he's actually, his more promising form has been in Amnesia.
Shout out to the Amnesia videos.
Shout out to Amnesia. I was gonna say, I mean, first half. I mean, again, glad with Alisson. Few, I think, decent saves from what I can remember. He was alert, very. I think he was. After the unfortunate game midweek, I think it was a solid effort to make sure that he's got worked hard for that clean sheet and was very aware that Aston Villa would probably set up to counter, which is what they did.
Yeah. There was also, I know we're talking about the first half right now, but there was a chance for Aston Villa in the dying minutes of the game, and he made a pretty good save there. So it's nice to see that he switched on for the whole game, to be honest, because it's easy to switch off, especially when they had 3 shots on target the whole game. You're near the end of the game. We were 2-0 up at the time, as late as it was, so it wouldn't have mattered really, but it's just nice to see that he's paying attention and he switched on.
I don't really have particularly much to say for the first half. It was never really got into gear that much.
There wasn't much to see, to be fair.
No, there wasn't.
There was no really clear-cut chances. I think early on, Salah was trying really, really hard for a goal. I think there was a time when we had the vaguest of penalty appeals where the ball just seemed to just be... He somehow kept it at his feet forever, and then eventually went down. I think he was really, really trying for that goal, because I think after Leicester, was he 4 behind now, 4 off the pace for the golden boot, so going to have to pull off some impressive feats over the coming games to start clawing that back.
I think Leicester wasn't playing Arsenal next as well, so that's going to be a mad one, because Aubameyang and Vardy obviously both up there for the golden boot, and both going to be vying for goals.
Yeah, so first half wasn't really much. It was a bit late with first half, but I mean, I do agree. It was a first half we've seen many, many times before at the start of the season. Whereas
that's why I think after the first half, Jake messaged and he's like, "I hope this isn't a 0-0." And I was thinking, well, we've seen this many a time.
Yeah, I think
they've always managed to turn it around in the second half.
My actual words were, "I hope this isn't another Everton."
No, I think it was. It was looking that way, and it was. I think earlier on in the season, sometimes with these small stubborn teams, Liverpool seemed to hold off a bit, and they'd sort of get a feel for the game and sort of poke around the box and sort of see if they can get a gap in the defence and see if they can get a goal. But if not, it would seem to be wait till the opposition to tire, because it's very, very hard to put up a resilient defence and hold that line and that wall against such an attacking team for such a long time, and then catch them out, it's worrying, because when you're sat there at 0-0 and you really want to win and time's getting on, you're a bit like, is it? But I mean, with this Liverpool team this season, 9 times out of 10 it is happening. It's just, you just need to be patient.
I just thought that.
Go on.
I was put it down to first of all, it's where their consistencies come from the whole season, isn't it? But I always felt like it was with these smaller teams, when they did that, they were sort of resting, and then for like maybe the last half an hour, they'd go at it and secure the win. Which I assumed was like, that's a tactic to win the league, because you don't want to go guns blazing at the start of the season and then everyone gets tired and you slip off, and that's when the losses creep in. But we have won the league now, so it was interesting that was still going on, especially with 5 substitutions. But we got the 3 points in the end, and we're still on for all those records, so I'm happy.
Very good, very good.
I thought in this situation it was that I don't think we played bad in the beginning half, or even in the first section of the second half. I think it was just considering their position in the table. Their defence was just locked down tight. Like, I was looking at them, and every time we got someone up to their side or to their box, there was just people swarming that player. I was like, that should make sense. They just want to shut it down. They just don't want to concede goals.
I feel like people have been playing like that against Liverpool all season, to be fair.
Maybe, but they're like typically like teams that are all over the table. I feel like this one, you'd look at it because they were second bottom, I think, and you'd think like, that should be easy to score against them. I think they were so desperate to not, that in this battle for relegation, that they're so desperate to not be in, that they were just locking down their defence.
Yeah, I feel like, well, for a lot of these teams, especially like Aston Villa and the struggling teams, to go away to one of the big teams, your only real hope is to, they're desperate for points, to go away, defend like your lives depend on it, and see if you can nab a goal. Because if you concede against one of the big teams away, then you need to score yourself to get a point out of it. And if you want to nick a win, you need 2, and that's a big ask.
Very capable of it as well, Aston Villa. That Jack Grealish, you can put him away from distance as well. Like, I've seen him this season put away some from like outside of the area, and it's like he just needs that one little opportunity. So yeah, if they were to hold on for a 0-0 and then slip one away in the dying minutes, get a cheeky little 1-0 in there.
So around the 60-minute mark, triple sub. Mm-hmm. Big statement. Ox went off for Gini. Fabinho went off for Hendo, and Origi came off for Bobby. So big statement, sort of like a return to 11, I guess, minus like and Fabinho. And before too long, that seemed to pay dividends, because it seemed to change the game a bit.
I will say something on that substitution, actually. I think Fabinho went off for Wijnaldum. And I was surprised they made that choice, because we've seen... Well, I have obviously just said the defence was so locked down. And we saw in the Crystal Palace match, and previously against City as well, that Fabinho's good with the long shots if you can't break down the defence. And I thought they would have kept him on, because he had that ability. I thought because their defence was so locked down constantly, I thought they'd keep on for attempts at long shots if they couldn't get anything else.
That's a big ask, though, to rely on a shot like that to win a game.
It is, but...
It's very rare that happens. He's done it, twice all season.
Yeah, but I also thought like
his forte lies in his defence.
But also, I feel like he is coming back into it. I feel like in the last few games, apart from maybe City, we've seen much better from Fabinho, because he had a bit of a wobble when he first came back from injury. So I guess back in that role again, I guess it's good. And probably was in the game plan to give him a bit of a break.
I don't think they brought him off for any negative reason. I think it was purely he just wanted to, it was still 0-0 at the time. He obviously wanted a goal out of it, so he put on a more attacking minded team. What were your opinions on Robertson today? Because obviously we all agreed he wasn't great against City.
I would say better, but I had a few nervous moments with him. There was a few maybe bad clearances or where I thought he was a bit out of position again, and then But I mean, for most part, he was all right. It was definitely improved. It certainly wasn't his best game.
I'm wondering whether he needs a bit of a rest as well. I know there's really no one to cover for him, but it's rare for him to seem so out of form.
And again, well, he did go off for Williams. It's just a matter of who would you put. I mean, could Williams play a game there?
They might be trying to cover Nico in both fullback roles.
I mean, I'd like to see that. Though. Obviously today he came on for his medal because it was past 90 minutes. It was
like the 93rd minute. Yeah,
didn't even really get to see him do anything.
Touch the ball.
So I'd like to see.
I think he got one touch.
I say I'd like to see it, but also it's a risk to do it. Maybe give him 10 minutes at the end of a game that we're comfortably winning, and just to see if he can do it. We know he can cover Trent's position fine.
Yeah,
it's obviously
see how he does in the left back position.
Not a long term solution, but if we could give,
but he's a talent now.
Give Robbo a rest, then he's incredible. But
yeah, I mean, I guess it's hard because I know Klopp was going on about like with the games coming this quickly, because I know he mentioned that because the games are coming this quickly, which is partly largely and the reason why he changed the midfield and gave Bobby a bit of a rest. He probably would have liked to have left them off, to be honest, but I guess the game needed to change. And on that note, it did. So what are your thoughts on the goal? Because I think we discussed Mane's goal, 71 minutes. Not too long after, about 10 minutes after the triple sub.
And that became to assist as well.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, it was a good little. I think he crossed it in, and then he just managed to either tap or head it in from sort of middle of the goal area, or middle of the box rather, which was good. I liked it.
Yeah, it was not spectacular, but it was one of them breakthrough goals that we were desperate for. So
it was like a relief one. It was like that was good, not like a yes, we've done it type of thing.
It was a relief.
Nice to see Keita involved as well, I guess.
Yeah,
because it wasn't a great performance from him overall. But again, it's part of the reason why I kind of would like to see Minamino get a run in the middle there with Keita, because I think they're both two sort of creative talents that could work particularly well together if we could just get some time to see it.
What in Bobby's position?
Yeah, Minamino in Bobby's position with Keita behind him. I'd like to see it because against Blackburn looked pretty good. Yeah, again, as I said, I was disappointed with Origi, so
you can hope that yeah. I mean, maybe this was the game for Origi. So I'd probably imagine if there's rotation, it'd probably be Minamino's go next, which is
I'd love to see that if that was the case.
Is that maybe Wednesday or Thursday against Brighton?
Wednesday is the next one.
Is Brighton, and then it's Burnley on. Is it a Saturday?
Yeah.
So they are coming thick and fast.
3 o'clock kickoff.
Big relief when that goal went in. I think the mood changed a lot then.
Because they were on the attack again straight away after that.
Actually, speaking of the mood, one thing I meant to bring up. How much do you think it's affecting this Liverpool side that there's no crowd?
I was literally going to bring this up after we'd gone through it. I think it has affected them. I think it has affected them loads.
I was of the opinion when this first started that the two teams that would be fine with no crowds would be City and Liverpool, because both of them are very strategic sides and they kind of don't rely on the crowd as heavily as other teams. Like they sort of go out knowing what they've got to do and they do it. And I think we've definitely seen that from City. They've been on fire since they've come back. And with Liverpool, it's been a totally different story.
I feel like
absolutely
Liverpool, Anfield. I feel like Anfield is a very. I guess I don't know. I feel like Anfield might feel like a bit of a lonely place without the fans, because
I feel like obviously
it's known for the passion of the fans and the songs and the atmosphere.
I was just going to say I don't blame them if that is affecting them, because it is absolutely amazing and phenomenal. Typically,
it is one of the like the Cop especially is one of the known forces of crowds in the football realms, and like the Cop in full swing, like can move mountains regarding football matches.
Absorb the balls into the net by himself.
So
But
I
I
guess
just
it
didn't
would
think it would affect them as big as it
Yeah,
obviously
same.
has done. Because I know for a fact that coming back out in that second half, 0-0, the crowd had been going crazy trying to spare them on.
Oh yeah,
And obviously it would have been dead silent there.
but it's also the same, like you imagine, because it's the Liverpool's first home game since being crowned champions. So the crowd today would have been going mental. They were like,
Yeah, it would have been a
Anfield would have been
massive
bouncing
confidence
today.
booster.
So that was, I guess, a big miss. But thankfully, Mane, that ever reliable Mane, stepped up. Good, he's always got that quality. And I think I saw that it was he's now hit 20 goals for the last 3 seasons, Mane. So
Solid stats.
well on him. Very, very good. And then I'm trying to think, what sub happened next? Was it who went off? No, Jones
After
came on. I'm
Mane's
trying to
goal.
think who went off.
Keita came off. Jones on. 85
Jones.
minutes.
Well, I think his like opening, I don't know, seconds of his of him coming on the pitch. I can remember him like trying to kick the ball towards Goodison.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oof,
at the
well,
time, I was
okay,
like, come
okay.
on.
I was like,
complete waste.
but then within minutes he found himself in a nice little build up. I think it was Jones to Hendo to, not too sure. Then was it to Salah?
I think.
Yeah, and then Salah gave it to Jones, who hit quite. It was quite a nice finish from him, to be fair. It was well placed, and wow, it
I
was.
don't know if it's intentional, but his footwork, I think, tricked out the goalkeeper. I don't know if it's intentional, but I think that's what got it.
We'll say it's intentional.
Yeah, we'll give him it.
We'll give him it. So, wow, what a moment! What a season this had having. I know he had a phenomenal goal. I think it was it in Everton in the cup?
Yeah, FA Cup.
Beautiful curling shot, and he's been.
I think what he was going for is that first shot when he first came on in this game. I think he had visions of that again.
All right, lad, you're already young. You can't pull that off first time every time. I mean, not yet. Maybe one day. But wow, new contract. Obviously, he's been one
5 years.
Have a big future
contract,
at Liverpool, and
which I bet he's like
he's got his contract
now.
Came on, grasped his
5-year
moment,
contract,
which is really nice,
came on,
and
got a goal.
Made up for him. Fun fact: I think I read earlier somewhere that as far as I'm aware, I mean, granted, I don't know how they managed to check this, but someone said that Curtis Jones is the one Liverpool player in history whose name has all the letters to spell out Scouser.
Scouser. Yeah. It was on I saw it on the actual Liverpool social page. I don't know if you saw it in the same place. Yeah.
I can't think. I was.
We'll have to change Trent's song if he starts getting more senior minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
Trent won't be the only Scouser in the team anymore.
Not too. Do we think now? I mean, sort of parallels. I mean, this is a big ask, but I mean, I remember a time when we had a Scouser in midfield and a Scouser in defence.
I mean, a lot of people are saying, Curtis Jones is like the second coming of Steven Gerrard, which is some heavy shoes to fill. But
that's a lot of pressure.
You know, I think he's got a big future ahead of him.
I'm willing for him to prove that. I'm willing to let him prove that.
Well, I guess.
I mean, the good thing to see, Jamie Carragher mentioned today, he's got the confidence. Even after that sky ball that he hit, it didn't shake him, or it didn't make him think, do you know what, I'm just going to, calm down, get himself into the background a little bit, just feel out the game. He went for it again, and he got himself a goal, which is good to see. It means he's got that confidence. He doesn't get shaken by anything like that. And he might have been even more on fire had that crowd been there with him. Because can you imagine the noise when that goal went in? For young Curtis Jones, first Premier League goal. Wow, it would have been insane. Especially after just signing a 5-year contract as well.
Yeah.
I would say,
incredible.
I didn't want to forget this.
Made up for him.
Because we did say we were going to do. No. Absolutely. And the points. wanted to make sure we touched on the points.
Yeah.
I think. What was the score? I know I went 3-1. I can't think. Were both you 3-0?
I went 3-0. Yeah, I think we both went 3-0.
I think I matched with someone. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
I
I think you were 3-0 along with James. Yeah. And then I think it was. I think I said.
I was almost there.
Who did I say goal wise? I think I said, was it Salah? No. I know I had Salah scoring.
Me and you
too.
said Salah first.
I think Craig went Salah, Van Dijk, Salah. I went Mane, Van Dijk, Salah. Jake, I'm not sure what you went.
I think I said Salah, Mane, and then I got positive and said Minamino if he plays.
Okay, so I guess it's 1 point.
Just to quickly interrupt this, Southampton are winning 1-0 against Manchester City.
Hooray! Was it Danny Boy?
I'm not sure who scored the goal, but I can check that.
If it was, shout out to Danny Ings. If you like Danny Ings, check out our Amnesia videos.
We've already done the Amnesia shout out. We've already done the Amnesia shout out.
Yeah, but Danny Ings, though. What a guy.
Well, while James checks that goal from Southampton...
while James Kamara gets us some updates.
It was not Danny Ings, unfortunately. It was Che Adams.
Who was it? Oh, well, still shout out to Danny Ings. Why not? I think the next thing that happened was, at least the thing I wrote down.
Points. We're not finished at the points. I want my point.
Are we not? I said you got
James.
Point. I said point
did you get a point? James gets a point.
I said point to James.
Point on the board.
So it's so far 1-0.
How are we working them rules then? So is it going to be a point if you get the right score, and then what? A point? Should we
for
say
goal
1
scorers
point per correct goal scorer? 3 points if you get the entire, all goal scorers in the right order and the correct score.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you get the right score.
So if you
get the right score,
so you've basically won the season if you ever do that.
So is it 4 points in total? So if you get the right score, that's 1 point, and if you get like the right goal scorers, or actually no, cause you're right, because if it's more than 3,
are we doing it? Are we going result too? I mean, we all predicted the win, or should we just declare that null and void?
No, that'll just be too much.
Yeah, the standings are currently 1 point. Then
none of us got the right score. We were close between us. Like I got the right goal gap, but expected Liverpool to concede. You two were just slightly more optimistic and were expecting a fair goal.
With the prediction, James was close with the prediction and the goal scorers.
Close-ish. Got one of them.
Close-ish. Yeah. It's better than what I got.
So yeah,
and Craig almost got a point for the starting 11 as well.
Yeah, that would have been impressive. That would have been impressive. So, shall we look ahead to Brighton and have a think?
Yes,
have a think about that.
Yeah. So, obviously, there's that record of 5 away games Liverpool haven't scored.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that needs to be broken. I'd like to see that broken at this game, please. But on that note, I think we probably do need a bit of an attacking squad. If we're going to do a squad prediction, I'm going to go ahead now and just say my personal one is the tried and true starting 11. So basically the team that we finished on today, but obviously with Fabinho in instead of, let me see. So midfield would be Hendo, Fabinho, and I'm going to say Wijnaldum. For me, usual back four, Alisson in goal, and usual front three.
Craig?
Yeah, I'm going with James on this one. I think it's going to revert back. Let me think. Did anyone have a game today? No, yeah, same as James. The truest of starting 11s.
Same back four, same goalkeeper, same forward three, but Hendo, Wijnaldum, and Fabinho.
Wijnaldum, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
would like to say. Go on. You give us your team.
I don't want to just say same. I do expect that to be the same one, but I'm gonna go with the entertaining vote, and I'm gonna change it up a little bit. And I will say the same, except for not Wijnaldum, but Kia.
Okay, I can believe that. I can see that.
I can see it happening. I think certainly Ox has probably lost his slot there. I think if he'd have performed well today, he would have got another shot. Keita wasn't terrible. He got that assist in Mane, but I think Wijnaldum is probably desperate for maybe even a 90 minutes, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'd love to say
really grab his.
I'd love to say same as today, but with those obviously midfielders I've just mentioned, and instead of Origi, Minamino. But I think Firmino's probably reassured his place back in the starting 11.
Yeah, I think his inclusion in the second half made a massive difference.
Yeah, so I reckon he's secured that for the next one.
Yeah, I'd like to read out Brighton's recent results before we have a look at scores. So I think first game back, after the restart, was a 2-1 home win against Arsenal. I mean, granted, we all know how bad Arsenal were to start off with, so I'm not. But I mean, it was a home win. That's something. Next one was a 0-0 draw at Leicester away, which was, I mean, I would say that's fairly impressive. Granted, Leicester did have a bit of a blip themselves, so it's hard to get a bit of a bearing on it. The next game was a 3-0 home defeat at the hands of Manchester United. And then the last game, which was yesterday in fact, was a 1-0 away win against Norwich. So I'm certainly not expecting this to be a walk in the park, I think.
Also, last time we played them at Anfield this season, it was a 2-1 victory to Liverpool, so again, not close. We didn't run away with it. It was a tight game.
It was close.
It was close.
Right, so I am going to go with... I think Liverpool are going to win from behind. I think Brighton will score first. And then we will have Salah and Mane, 2-1.
Mm-hmm. I am going to say 2-0. Mane and Salah.
Ooh.
I don't know, I don't know. I'll say 2-0. But my thinking is who's gonna score. I want to say Salah and Firmino.
Okay. We can go with that.
Well, Liverpool pegged for a win then, so that's good news.
Yeah, we've all backed them for a win. I mean, I still think it's. I feel like it's going to be a very, very close game.
So do I. Part of me wanted to say 2-1, but I've got a newfound belief in Alisson. So I'm hoping for a clean sheet for Alisson and a goal each for Mane and Salah.
Yeah. Virgil also does love those clean sheets.
He does. Big fan of the clean sheets.
That's why we love him.
I guess. Any closing words on today's match, or looking at?
Well done, Curtis Jones.
Yeah,
well done,
shout out to
Curtis
Jones.
We didn't do man of the match.
We didn't.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about this as well earlier, and I honestly don't know. I don't know who.
I was struggling. I was struggling to pick between two people, and I know who it is now because I've searched it. Well, what do you guys think?
Let me hear what you guys think, and then I'll see. Because I'm unsure.
Okay.
So, Craig, do you want to go first then?
I will go first. Personally, I would give man of the match to Henderson, as I feel like bit of an odd choice, I agree, but I feel like once he came on, I mean, granted, I feel like there's a lot of factors because it was like a triple substitution, but I feel like his drive and his energy in midfield really took the game up a new level, and I think he was definitely missed when he wasn't playing. And I feel like he had a big part in the build-up for Jones's goal, which I think just finished off and killed off the game. So, yeah, I feel like he came on and he played a massive part in changing things, so I'd give it to him.
Okay. So I was kind of at odds here. I had 3 people written down for different reasons. I had... if it had remained the 0-0, I would have said Becker because his saves were just great. It then wasn't, and I had Mane down. And then I also thought, but haven't gone with Jones, because although he has only scored 1, it was his first Premier League. He came on at like 88 minutes.
85 minutes.
85 minutes and got a goal within like 3-4 minutes. And I was, I was being generous to him. I was like, you know what, fine, go on. You've come on late. You've managed to score it quite quickly. Well done.
So,
but I've gone with Mane.
You've gone with Mane.
Yeah.
I feel like, first of all, I agree with Craig on Henderson coming out and changing the game, but I'm gonna agree with Jake and go with Mane, just because he had a lot to do in that first half when Origi wasn't performing. And they even changed him around.
I noted a good run at 13 minutes.
He tried to control the game. He tried to play a bit of a Firmino role, which wasn't really working. Then Firmino came on. He went back where he's supposed to be. He got himself a goal. So I'm gonna go with Mane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much the same reason. He was trying. You could see he was trying all game. I know he had a good run at 13 minutes. And as James said, he had an attempt at doing a Firmino where he was trying to control the game. Couldn't quite do it the same way, but he got a goal when he managed to go back into his position, and it was a good goal.
And then who was it?
Break it to us.
It was Mane.
I can believe that. I mean, if I didn't give it to Henderson, I was gonna give it to Mane because he opened up the game. Okay.
All right then. Well, I think that'll do us, won't it?
Mm.
So
onwards and upwards.
Tune in next week, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
The next episode. And we'll see if we can switch about
see
that
if we can
a little bit.
Yeah, we'll
see if any one of us can earn more points.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, above all, I'm hoping Liverpool earn more points. But
if Salah scores first, I think I will fall behind in points.
Did you not put Salah first?
No, I put Mane first.
Oh.
So you two both get 1 point, and then assuming you get the score right as well, someone will take the lead next week. But you'll have to tune in to see if that happens. Thank you very much for listening.
Indeed.
If you're enjoying them, please like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And,
share them with any friends that you think might also enjoy them.
Indeed, and we hope to keep this up, following every Liverpool game. So yeah, if you don't want to miss hearing our really exciting thoughts after every Liverpool match, well, subscribe and you won't miss any.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Matt done it.
Done it.
Bye.